Wagwan! Now, I don't like to gloat, but me just thought me come here fi remind Mister Alex that in primacy of existence argument, it totally refuted. Now, me got your list of 8 individuals, each individually dismantling Mr. Alex's position. Let's take a look at how man them refute everything, right?
Oh, Alex, where do I start? Your argument is simply the presupposition of incompetence. You have the audacity to talk about knowledge? But as someone with the hair of a woman and a beard of a man, how do you even know which sex you are?
Prrrrap, you see, Alex him get mashed up. Now we go run and hide like sneaky spider.
Timmy, I'm over here, and the best way to refute the primacy of existence is to give my one example of an entity that can attain without first existing.
So you admit you're being refuted.
One example, Tim. One example of a thing that can do something without existing.
Now, Mr. Blabbermouth Bumbleclot, me already told you that your argument, it been destroyed. I slap it down.
Okay, I'd like the viewers to note that Tim has chosen not to provide one single example that refutes my position.
Alex, let me ask you, how many fire you put out today?
What? I haven't put out any fires today.
Is that right? That's very interesting.
When I grow up, I'm going to be a fireman.
So tell me, how many kittens you rescue from tree?
Tim, you just played a recording of me from 34 years ago. I was 6 years old.
So where you keep your O's, Mr. Alex? You keep your O's in your body.
When I was 6 years old, I did want to be a fireman. But my priorities have changed since then.
See, that's your problem, Alex. Once you say you're gonna be fireman, you're stuck.
Okay. Would you like to tell me how an entity can attain without first existing? Tim? Tim?
Alex, what your definition of the color blue?
Well, I would define the colour blue as our perception of light on the visible spectrum with a wavelength of about 420 nanometers.
Oh, really? Is that right?
Oh, tell me, Alex, what is your definition of the colour blue?
I don't know, really.
Alex, if you don't know what blue is, then how can you know if something blue or not? I might show you something and you think, maybe that blue, or maybe that, Tuesday, or maybe that, the square root of minus Babylon.
I just told you how I define blue, and you went and played a recording of me from 1987.
So you admit you're being refuted.
Tim, for the 4th time, just give me one example of something that can attain without first existing.
Lord, me feel sorry for you, Alex. If you don't even know what blue is, then how can you know anything?
Oh, I know lots of things.
See, you can't even make up your mind. All you do is flip-flop about like scaly fish.
Well, one thing I know for certain is that I am not omniscient. when I grow up, I'm going to be a fireman. Tim, what is the point of playing old recordings of me saying things that no longer represent my position?
Listen close, Mr. Alex. If you don't know you're not fireman, then you don't know thing about thing.
Like I said before, one thing I know for certain is that I am not omniscient.
I already refuted your primacy of existence, but you keep blabbermouthing about it.
No, I'm not talking about the primacy of existence.
So you do admit you're being refuted.
One example, Tim. One example of an entity that can attain without
me,
first
Alex,
existing.
what is your definition of the colour blue?
I don't know really.
Alex, if you don't know something blue, then how can you know thing about thing?
Oh, wait a minute. I think Kat's got something to say. She's under general anaesthetic at the moment, having a gallbladder removed, so she might be a little bit unintelligible.
Tim, does the nature of reality depend on Alex's ability to explain it to your own personal satisfaction? Or does reality tick along perfectly well on its own terms?
Well, the thing is, Alex can't know anything on his own terms.
Okay, but does that mean that reality ceases to exist just because one person cannot account for how he acquires knowledge?
If you don't know how you know thing, then how you know that reality even real?
So reality is real whether we know it or not.
I refute that argument.
Do you also refute that Alex is not omniscient?
Alex, earlier today you sent me a message that say, to me BibleCuntingFuckFace, him got no testicle, right?
Yes, and I stand by that statement.
Well, let me ask you this then. How you explain how me non-existent testicle attain the ability to produce enough testosterone to make me grow a beard?
Oh, I don't know, Timmy. Maybe Leonard is crouching between your legs, injecting a cocktail of hormones directly into your cock.
Tim, he can see me. He can see me. Start the truck. Start the truck.